Hi everyone, my name's Kate Kalthoff. Welcome to a Stamping to Share video. This video is going to show you how to create this beautiful Christmas tag. And of course it's way too cute to toss, so we are just going to have to use it as a Christmas ornament once its life as a tag is over. So let me show you how to make this very beautiful tag. And what you're going to need are these 8 outline punch outs from the tag punches, and I'll show you how to do that. We are going to use Stampin' Up's Glimmer paper, and you will need the tag punches from Stampin' Up. The first thing that you do is you insert the smaller of the 2 punches into your Glimmer paper, and you just punch it out, and we're going to set that aside and maybe use it for another purpose down the road. Then you take the next size up tag punch and you just center that glimmer outline of the tag straight in the middle. Give it a punch and you will have an outline tag, and that's what we're going to use to make this Christmas ornament. So we're going to set these aside for a second, and I like to use a piece of chipboard as a mat for my gluing. And then I just have a piece of our white cardstock vellum that I'm going to be gluing the tags to. Now the first layer of tags will end up looking like this. You start with the first tag and you just take the bottom of the tag and put it to the bottom edge of your piece of white cardstock vellum. Then you're going to butt up each of the angled shoulders of the tags together. That will make a square in the middle, and then your tags go into this plus shape. So that's what we're after. So I'll just show you how you would get started with that. So we take a piece of our glimmer outline tag shape and we just turn it over, and then using our two-way glue, we're going to put glue just on the top portion of the tag. The very bottom piece of the tag we don't need to glue because that will actually get cut off, and so that's a good place to have a handle. So that's where you can just hold on to it so you don't get glue all over your fingers. Then we just set it down onto our white vellum, and then we're going to go ahead and do our next one. Now you'll see what I mean by putting the tops of the tags together so that they butt up. So the next tag gets placed onto the vellum piece like this, and then the next tag. So I'll go through and I'll do this real quick. I'm sure you don't mind. And that gets put here. And our last tag. And again, you can see when I put it onto the chipboard, I am just putting glue on the top portion of the tag, and I'm leaving the bottom portion as kind of a handle for me to hold on to when I'm placing the tag onto my vellum. So you can see how nicely this all lines up. And then I can just take a little piece of scrap and hold it in place for a few seconds over the top so that I know everything has been glued down to the vellum. Alright, now the next layer of tags that we're going to put on here will go at an angle. So again, we are just going to glue the top portion of our tag, leaving our little handle, and we are going to set it kitty corner to our square in the middle. And then what I like to do is I like to look down here at the bottom and just make sure that my bottom pieces are about even. That will make sure that my petals in the middle are also even. Then I just take my scrap. Oh, as you can see, it's one of my business cards. I should be handing that out, not using it for scrap paper. But anyway, it was handy. So then we're going to go ahead and do our next piece, and I'm sure you can see how this is going. So I think I'll skip doing the last couple pieces here, but I'll just do one more. So again, you're going to butt up this top edge of the tag. I'm looking at these corners to make sure that they are about equal. And then I'm looking at my petals to make sure they're going to be about equal. And then I hold a piece of scrap paper over the top for a couple of seconds. And then we're ready to go on to the next one. So you do this all the way around. You can see already the flower shape that's taking place here. In fact, here is a finished flower. And so now what you're going to do is you're actually going to cut out the flower. So we just trim off all this excess. So I've got a paper snips here, so I'll just show you how we do that. And you can see where the flowers are. If you're having a hard time finding the flower, you can just take a marker and marker those bottom edges out with a line or a dot, just so you know exactly where to cut and where not to cut. So you go ahead and you just do this all the way around, and you can see how the flower is starting to emerge. Our glittery snowflower. There it is. Isn't that pretty? So we're going to go ahead and actually I think I've got a flower. Yes, I do. All cut out. So I have a flower cut out and ready to go. And you can see that it's not perfect. Some of the petals are a little bigger and some are a little smaller. And that's okay. What I like to do next is kind of just hold it and see what feels like the top to me. And each flower is different, so everyone is going to have a different feeling to it. So to me, this particular petal feels like the top of the flower. So I'm just going to remember that as I set that aside. And now I'm going to show you some other things that we're going to build our flower onto. This is a piece of glimmer paper that's been cut with Stampin' Up scallop circle die. And then the next layer is a piece of whisper white paper that goes on top of the glimmer paper. This was cut with Stampin' Up's clear circle die. And so anytime you're attaching anything to glimmer paper, I have found the easiest way to do it is to use glue dots. So I am just going to put about 4 glue dots on the back of this circle. You can see them kind of randomly placed. And then I just put it on, I just center it onto that scallop circle cutout and rub it down. And now this is good to go. Then the next thing that I do is I take my piece of cardstock white vellum paper that I've cut with the 3.5-inch circle die from Stampin' Up. I'm just going to put a little bit of our multi-purpose liquid glue into the center. And I like the multi-purpose liquid glue because I can kind of wiggle it around and get it exactly even. And you only need a little bit in the center. Then I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to take a pen and make a mark on one of the scallops. Then I have a 1/16-inch circle punch. And I'm just going to make a punch out right there. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take 12 inches of our baker's white twine. And then I have, it's for bridge cleaning or cleaning your braces. It's just, I don't even know if you can see it. Maybe if I hold it like this. I'm not sure of the exact name, but you find them in the dental section of your department stores or your local big box stores. And it's just like a big needle threader. So we just put the thread through there, put it through a 1/16 hole, and then we go ahead and we can tie this up. And we basically have the ornament part completed here, or the part that the flower sits on completed. So there that is, ready to go. We just need to put our flower on it. So now we take the flower, we're just going to use some multi-purpose liquid glue right in the center of the flower. And remember how I said there was one petal that sort of stood out to me as the top? And that is this petal right here. So I'm going to line that up with the top of my ornament. So as you can see, I took what I considered the top petal and lined it up with the top part of my ornament. And again, I like multi-purpose liquid glue because I can kind of wiggle it around so everything is nice and even. Now you're going to need 3 circle punches. And I used glimmer paper and punched out a 1-inch circle punch and put a dimensional on it. And that goes right in the center of our flower. just like that. And then to layer it up for a little fun, I took a 3/4 inch circle punch and I centered that on top of the 1 inch circle punch, and then a 1/2 inch circle punch. All of these I have stamping dimensionals on. That goes into the center of that circle, and you build a little bit of a layer over your flower. And so now it's completed. And see how quick and easy that was? The longest part, of course, is punching out all of your flower petals. But even that doesn't take long when you consider it. So hope you had a great time watching this video, and hope that you go off and make a bunch of glimmer ornaments too and really wow your friends and customers. Have a great day, and thanks so much for stopping by Stamping to Share. Bye-bye.